Well, howdy doody everybody. Just thought I'd make a quick little video about the bike. Little 401, the Black Arrow, my latest acquisition, and all the little mods that I've done to it, because I keep on getting some questions about the bike, about the bags, the light and this and that. So I thought I'd just run through what I've done to the bike, and if you like anything that I've done, you can do it yourself. It's all pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So I started at the front of the bike. I started off with the bar light. That's from Steady Products here in Australia. Cost about 80 Australian dollars for the light itself. It's a wicked unit. Pulls out tons of light at night time. Works in conjunction with a high beam. I've had it professionally wired, so it's all legal in the state of Victoria. The bracketry that you see, these brackets here, are just made from 3mm aluminium strips that I bought from Bunnings hardware store, and I just bent them by eye and sprayed them up myself, and I've got those secured to the forks using just a couple of U-bolts that you can see there, with a couple of holes and nuts in the back, and that's how that's mounted up. Next on the list, I guess, would be the bi-round mirrors. They're pretty cool. I couldn't stand the stockies. They worked okay, but just didn't like the look, and yeah, basically also I could see was my shoulders when I looked in the mirrors, so they weren't really useful to me. On from there is the bar risers that are put on from Rox products. Rox, I don't know if you can see that. Rox bar risers, 1 3/4 inch. So that's picked everything up a little bit for me. It's way more comfortable on the freeway now on those longer journeys. Also had to do really to get those on was reroute the clutch cable, and that took all of 5 minutes. That was no big deal, and the bar risers were on. What else have I done? Sticking with the front of the bike, I've put on an aftermarket radiator guard. I actually made this myself. Pretty straightforward. There was about a half an hour job. Sprayed it up, put it on, because I do sometimes take this off-road, and it does quite well. I'm quite impressed with this little bike for what you can do with it and the money that you pay. Like here in Australia, this is like just on $8,000 brand new. This is a 2022 model, and it's got the fully adjustable suspension and the quick shifter and all that kind of stuff. So for that kind of money here in this country, at least, that's a really good value for money. Just a darn shame it doesn't have a TFT on it like the Duke, but anyway, can't have everything, I suppose. What else have I done? I've installed crash protection on front axle here next to the radiator, and also in the back here on both sides, obviously. I made myself a little mud guard for the back because I just got sick of the muddy water flicking up into the back light all the time. I thought with a tyre hugger on it, that wouldn't happen, but it does, unfortunately. So anyway, made that up and mounted it up just underneath here using the indicator mounts, and that's as solid as a rock, doesn't go anywhere. And the bags, I've got a lot of questions about the bags. Now the bags, I start at the front here. They're made by a company called Krieger. They're totally waterproof, very extremely heavy duty. This is not actually a tank bag. This is just a 6-litre accessory bag, and you can put it anywhere on your bike, on any bike, and it works really good. I've just got it with the straps that come with it. It just goes around the carry rack on top of the tank, and then when I want to fuel up, I just loosen the straps and roll the bag backwards and fold up the fuel cup under the bag and fill it up, and just close it and tighten up the straps again. Hey presto, you're done. The backpack, the rear one, I've just got it clipped around the grab handle with the clips that come supplied with the bags, but these clips here, I kind of half made it myself. This clip here is actually a clip from an old tank bag, and the stretchy elastic stuff, I bought that from the hardware store again on a roll, and I attach it to the clip, and away you go. This actually, under the seat here, there's 2 little loops on the frame, That's how the bike comes, with these two little loops on the frame that this core goes through. I just taught it to those loops in the frame, and hey presto, once again, away you go. So I've done that. Also, I installed a K&N air filter for better airflow for the bike. And of course, once you do that, once you make the bike breathe better, that affects your air and fuel mixture. So I also installed a Fuel X lights piggyback fuel controller. That was so easy to install. That was literally a 15-minute plug and play scenario, whereby you just simply remove the coil here, 2 bolts, pulls off, clips on here, these green ones, snap them open. You run your cable from under the seat, which is this cable here, under the seat, which has got the corresponding plugs. You just plug in, as that's what it's called, plug and blow, plug in, and your cable's up there. You plug in your Fuel X light fuel compensator, plug it in. It's just a very small unit, and it fits in between the airbox and the battery. And then you put a ground cable to your battery, screw it on, done. Bingo, job's done. And that's pretty much what I've done with the bike. It's all pretty straightforward. It's been amazing. The fuel controller actually has helped a lot, because I found this bike used to just randomly stall and can be potentially dangerous. I stopped that, and it's much smoother down low. Like when you're engaging roundabouts and tight traffic and stuff, it's not herky-jerky anymore, and there's just a touch more power, because I guess a little bit more fuel is going to that bike now, because the way they set these bikes up from the factory, they're nearly running lean from straight out of the box. So you start to changing how much air is going into the bike, like what I've done, then you need to adjust the fuel mixture as well, which we can't really do on these bikes because they're computer controlled. So hence the need for a piggyback fuel controller. Anyway, that's what I've done with the bike. I hope that you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.